I sleep for about 4 hours and then I will. We gotta get up. That's a problem with my legs.
Hello, everybody. Well, now that we've jacked you up on caffeine and getting some people halfway to Lord knows what with all this stuff over here, now I'm going to try to get your attention. Which will be a challenge. So, welcome everybody to what we call game day, which is Wednesday, where we get the opportunity as a leadership team to pour value into you and just find ways that we can lavish just our appreciation. And it happens to be Agent Appreciation Day, so give yourselves a round of applause. Right? Go agents. You know, it's just like in our house, when it's Mother's Day, it's Mother's Day every day in our house. I lavish the men wife, for those of you who don't know what that is, I'll tell you later, every day. So it's like, what do you do extra on Mother's Day? Especially with this gift. Sorry. That was a challenge for us. However, with the help of Lisa, where's Lisa? Hi. And Jesse, thank you. They supplied the booze. That's Jessica Gillen with Goosehead Insurance. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, I got it right. When you see Lisa, she is with Stoneart Heights. So be sure to thank them both. Allison, nice to see you. All right, and one special quick little shout out and a special thank you to Easton for joining us today. He's the one in charge of keeping Tina in line, which, God bless you, kid, you might want to just start over. So, there's still a lot of people in lines, but we'll get started. We will get started, and it won't go, Jay. That guy. Oh, we're gonna feed you brunch. That'll be good. And everybody on camera, how you doing there on Zoom? Great to see you. Thank you. Well, kind of seeing you. Thank you for being here with us. Quick reminder that there are microphones everywhere, so the Zoomers can hear about your recipes and ripping on whatever I'm wearing that day. By the way, the Kool-Aid socks. So, if you need to speak to the person next to you, not on Zoom, just keep yours off. All right, our purpose specifically here with Keller Williams, we tell you this a lot. With Keller Williams Preferred Realty is serve agents, impact lives. Yes, this is a day where we get to celebrate y'all, right? But I think you guys know we're here every day. We're here every day. And if there's ways that we can further impact you, let us know. You're out in the field changing lives. So the more we can pour into you, the more we multiply the effect that we all get to have collectively in our community. So we are blessed to be able to do that. The mission for Keller Williams: build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Real quick, our values. So you know, we came up with our own special values, things that guide us every day. And every morning, leadership goes through this. Culture, our priorities are God, family, business, in that exact order. I like to preface, this part can be whatever for people. We are not whatever faith you may be. Or if not, then hopefully family comes before business. So God, family, business in that exact order. Integrity, we believe in always doing the right thing, even if it's something Olivia tells us to do. Impact, she didn't even hear it. We strive to give freely of our time and talents to impact the lives of others. And growth, we encourage a strong work ethic, plus consistency systems and models, and tools to achieve results. As Gary says, we're only as good as our systems. We can only go as high as our own leadership ability. So if you're here as a leader, your business won't get above here. If you're here with your systems, your business won't get above here. So if you ever feel stuck in that way, grab us. We're here to help with that. Hi, Tasha. Hi. I got something for you.
You do?
Yes.
Wow.
And let's give yourselves a round of applause for the play of the week 2 weeks ago. We'll get into that here. Those of you who are newer or don't understand necessarily what the play of the week is. The play of the week is when we learn of something special that happens in this brokerage with the people you work with. It's just special knowing that the people you work with have such depth, they do so much in this world, and it's important to know. So the AHA Fund is agents helping agents, and that fund is for any time someone's in need. Well, we also, if you recall, did a run where we wanted to raise $1,000 for Victoria. Victoria is the former director of agent services here, and she is now in Arizona with her grandbabies. And she had some needs. And not only did we pay for her monthly food service that she couldn't cook for herself, and we want her to be healthy, but we raised a little extra to help her pay for extra medical expenses. So y'all raised $1,650. You know, where you do business matters, and the people who you do business with matters. Being a part of something bigger than yourself, like I like to say, we want to have a championship season. Players, people look back on their careers, let's say sports, it's my analogy, right? But they might have better years. They might have had better years where they sold more homes. But the year they made a bigger impact collectively, that's the year they're going to remember most. So we look to make that every year for everybody. And let's give Luda a round of applause. Luda has stepped it up a notch in what she does for real estate. And then hearing the other day during a coaching session about how she appreciates the freedom in this country. She is from Moldova, and right in that Ukraine, that whole situation over there. She came here when she was 10 years old, and she speaks 4 languages. And given that we just had Juneteenth, and that we're going to be celebrating the 4th of July, or Independence Day, coming up, not nobody, she's one of the people who speak of the freedom of the American dream that you all get to sell, you all get to share, you all get to impact people on. So that is why she won Play of the Week. Now, yeah, we'll give her 2 minutes. This is the end of social media month. Now, keep doing social media. Remember, social media is free to you. And just wanted to point out, one of the things Jason talks a lot about, a lot of people talk, when we have social media people on like we do today, they want pictures. So the AHA Fund, not super exciting thing to look at, right? 500 some impressions. You put a face on there, well, it doubles. So I just highly recommend, you may not want to put your face on stuff, but people will read more. You will get more attention. The more you do videos, people will remember who you are. They'll get comfortable with who you are so that they're more comfortable having you into their home, okay? Now, I just thought this was just a cool random example, but, so one day I saw a sheriff giving a family some food on the corner. And as you can imagine, there's people on both sides of that discussion that had a few things to say, which is fine. But I just thought it was just a nice piece of humanity, right? Regardless. But yeah, 50,000 people it reached. So if you think about, when you're posting on social media, think about ways, like in this case, the Minnesota Association of Sheriff's Association liked it. So there are ways, come talk to us, we will help you, okay? And then this one only had a couple views, but it turned out all the rest of the views were Olivia. So this video, yeah, I mean, over 2,000 times, it's way past stalker range. Really awkward, Olivia. So anyway, if you see the imprint here, people want to see videos, okay? So, especially Olivia. All right, here's a Spirit Award, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm so glad that we get the opportunity to hand this off. Yet it's been cool watching you walking around in the malls with it. And sticking it out the window as you drive it. It's been really cool, but it's time.
Thank you. Send it out in my yard. You know, it was interesting when I was thinking about this and then the kind of day that this is for what I wanted to say to you all, because I know there's a lot of new people here. But what I wish is I could give this as a group reward to the company, because I like our brokerage. I love this brokerage, and I'll look at you, Olivia, first, just to say that I've been here almost, for anyone who doesn't know me, I've been here for almost 3 years, or a little over 3 years. And what I love is this company lives what they believe. I love that the artwork, and then Jamie, who reiterates it every time we have a meeting, is that the culture here is God first and family second, and then the community, serving the community third. And this company like lives it. And when I come here every time, there hasn't been one time that I haven't come here where I haven't felt utter joy. I literally feel the emotion of joy and love my job, and I love this company. And I can tell anyone new here that it doesn't get better than this. I've lived a long time to try to find this in a company. So I wish I could give this to the company as an award. And then secondly, I've had the good fortune of making some very, very dear friends, because it feels like family here. And who have impacted my life and spoken into my life and changed my life. So Tasha Wells and Edmonds and Melissa and Grace and Krista Nelson. My life has changed because of you guys. So then I wish I could just give it to you. But since I have to choose one person, the one person I'm going to choose is Melissa Johnson, because I know she's your leader, but she has been in my life for nearly 8 years now, and she has, you know, impacted my life, changed my life. I admire you, I respect you. I will tell you that when I first got into real estate about 8 years ago, and I was making some mistakes, what she would do when I would go to her, and I beat myself up worse than anybody, but what she would do is she would tell a relatable story. Instead of scolding me, right, and saying how I could have done better, she would go, well, and she'd tell me a relatable story where she made the same exact mistake. And it just lifted the weight off of my shoulders and helped change my mindset so that I could move forward and do better. And she continues to consistently be such a positive force in my life, so thank you.
There's cocktail napkins at that Bloody Mary bar beside the gate. Thank you. Are there?
I don't think there are.
Oh, then I think I need a Bloody Mary.
Dinner too.
Well, that's beautiful. I mean, that speaks to the culture. She said we talk about culture a lot. Well, she just, you know, Lisa lives it, and you all have built this culture, and it's a beautiful thing. I drive 45 minutes a day and back, just to be with the right people. And those who don't know, that's a double spirit award, because she's got spirits in her office. You know, all that, I mean, what's beautiful about that, all that is true. And didn't even mention one thing about what she does as a broker that's unreal, especially at such a time as this. So, thank you, Lisa, and congrats, Melissa.
Thank you.
I almost wore those shoes too. Here we have, now is our award time. We recognize from the month of May that there's a lot of names, so what we're gonna do is go top 3. Just gonna recognize the top 3. So we've got Amber Seaver, Ryan Custodio, and Tony Cater. Listings, sold, volume. Way to go, everybody. We're gonna go top 3. Korn and Arvidsson Homes, way to go. Listings, sold, volume. And top group, listings, sold, volume. CMS, Cedar Haven, and HHG. Way to go, everybody. closed volume. Amber again, Megan Ohop's in there, and Ryan Custodio. Way to go. Top team, Melissa and Lisa. Oh, see, well, there's some like commingling going on here. That Spirit Award. Right? The Spirit Award is on hold until we get a judgment on this from Greg Hartzels. Second home, quarantine, and Kelly Arvidsson Holmes. Way to go. Top closed volume. CMS. North Star sneaking in there, and HHG. Way to go. Way to go. Well, one of the goals we have also created is, and it's a big one, is to return back to y'all $1 million in profit share by 2030. This says everything about the culture here. Andy Kaufman, Aaron Kaufman. Andy Kaufman's a great comedian for you young, you gotta check it out. So, he says profit share is our culture. What does he mean? It's just about the money? No, this means we're helping each other. This means we're helping other people be blessed. This means a lot. It means we're helping each other grow our businesses. We see that all the time. Agents helping agents, and we love it. So, this is a big one for us, so let's give a round of applause to the top profit share members. Way to go. The people that receive the profit share, they're getting their checks right now if they're in the room and they had profit share. Again, the top three, Jason, David Christensen, and the Royal Report himself, Steve. And he's such a braggadocious guy, let me tell you. Very humble. Awesome. John Hoffmeister, everybody. Woo! All right, the withhelds. Jason.
Yes, they're so
people have
withheld.
some withhelds. There's been a lot of activity. Sherry's been putting in all sorts of information on that computer every day. So there's gotta be people here that say they've got some withhelds to share. Tom!
I've got a very large rambler in Rosemount, kind of in the Bermuda Triangle. It sits on a little over 6/10 of an acre, 4,100 square feet. It's got a lot of accessibility features, including an elevator. Beautiful home, custom built, $775. And it's not up here, but I also have a lot next door, which is it's a walkout lot, 39 acres, 190,000, beautiful spot, on a cul-de-sac. Wow, very nice.
And where is that at?
Rosemount.
Oh, is that Valley Pursuit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Sounds like he has his ups and downs, but overall it's a great place.
I don't know, dude. It's on Galleon Circle. It's in the Bermuda Triangle. That is a pirate's dream.
Well, you like to push a lot of buttons. Who's next? Anybody else? Steve?
I've got one that's not on there, paperwork's probably gonna happen in the next day or two, but
Oh, then it's not for real.
5 bedroom, 2 bath, split foyer in Lakeville, probably less than half a mile from Lakeville South, probably half a mile to Lakeview Elementary, just a little over 2,000 finished, and they, new carpet, new paint, lots of, it had been a rental, past customer of mine, but they've really worked it very nice. It'll be on probably next Friday or Saturday, go live at 400.
400. Any takers? Anyone else? Thank you, Steve. Anyone else with withhelds? Brian Stordahl.
Yeah, it's down on the bottom there. It's in Chaska, 400,000 price point. And if you have any buyers that would like to live in the middle of a flower garden, this place is awesome. It's in the Jonathan Carver neighborhood. It's It is lot, location, and layout, it's great. It's an older split, so it's in a good price point. And they're getting it all cleaned out right now, and we're gonna do some freshening up of it, but that should go on in about 2 weeks.
Awesome, right in the middle of a flower bed?
It's a flower garden, it's just amazing paradise all around you there, yeah. Somebody had a really green thumb.
Yeah, Sarah.
I think mine's down because they signed the withheld a while ago, but cute little house in South Minneapolis, kind of the Nokomis neighborhood. 3-bedroom, looks like a little storybook, that one, 13th Avenue. Has a brand new chimney because the chimney fell apart a couple of, probably a month ago. And so brand new built chimney, adorable little like gingerbread house. $425.
Awesome. Very nice. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Going once? Going twice? Sold? Sold. Jason, what do we got next? I believe we have the winner of the Spirit Award coming up next.
Very good. Well,
I knew that would be entertaining for everyone.
You're like gonna hop right up on that table.
I've had enough of those yet.
Serve them up, where's Lisa? Serve them up. I love you all, and I try to remind you of that frequently. I love you enough that I would literally go to real estate jail for you. But fortunately, there's not a real estate jail. There's just a code of ethics hearing at the Minnesota Association of Realtors, which is not fun. It's like being on trial. What you should know about a code of ethics violation, however, is that there's a maximum fine of $15,000. Did you guys know that? $15,000 if you violate one of our code of ethics. You are then called to a hearing and you are found guilty, essentially, by the panel. So I do this playful thing every holiday season where I try to educate you on the code of ethics. You guys are required to take an ethics class through your continuing education. A lot of us, including me, who for the first 20 years of my career kind of blew it off, like, oh, whatever is this code of ethics, check the CE, let's just get it done. As it comes to these changes that we are going to be incurring starting in August and going through the rest of the year, there definitely is some playground here for code of ethics violation. Realtors could come out of the woodwork, clients could come out of the woodwork, kind of with a vengeance. So I just want to spend a few minutes forewarning you of something that is very serious. I also want to preface it by saying that these code of ethics are changed every November at the annual National Association of Realtors meeting, and then they go into effect the following year. So they're probably going to change a little bit. Certainly there can be some confusion around this, but I'm going to leave you with just a couple things that I really want you to remember. So go ahead to the next. Articles 3 and Article 16 are the ones that are most closely connected to this change that we're having. Standard practice, Article 3 has several standards of practice, but the first 4 are really the ones that apply. So you should remember and understand that terms of compensation, if any, shall be ascertained by cooperating brokers before beginning efforts to accept the offer of compensation. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be asking those listing realtors, are you offering compensation? So you should be able to check that easily. Standard of practice 3-2, after a realtor has submitted an offer to purchase or lease a property, the listing broker may not attempt to unilaterally modify the offered compensation. You can change the compensation in your counteroffers, and that means your client would be changing the compensation in your counteroffers, but you can't go backdoor necessarily and say, I'm conditioning this, I'm roadblocking this, unless you are going to be paying me the appropriate amount of commission that my client and I have agreed to. Standard of practice 3.3 says prior standard does not preclude the listing and cooperating brokers from entering into agreement to change the cooperative compensation. So that's like I said, you can amend your buyer representation contract to receive more or less. You can amend your offer to receive more and less. You can do that as long as it's in writing and as long as it's from your client, not necessarily from you. Standard practice 3-4 says listing realtors have an obligation to disclose the existence of dual or variable rate commission agreements. This is something that doesn't necessarily relate to the NAR settlement statement, but something that I think we forget a lot as listing realtors. We may get into a situation where we have an open house and someone comes in and says, I want to make an offer on this house. Would you be willing to do it for a lower commission? And you may say, oh yeah, absolutely, no problem. But then the angry person who didn't get the house, who had a realtor, who learns then that you changed your commission and you didn't advertise it as a variable rate commission, could turn you in for a code of ethics violation, and that would be very bad. No fun, not a good use of my time either. I shouldn't say it that way. Not, no fun for any of us. It's a good use of my time. We just all agree there's better uses of our time. Go ahead to the next one. Article 16 says realtors shall not use the terms of an offer to purchase or lease to attempt to modify the listing broker's offer of compensation. So ultimately what that means is you have a listing agreement as a listing realtor. And if a buyer's agent comes in and asks you to change that, like, oh, your listing agreement's at 5%, would you be willing to change your listing agreement to 6%? That's a huge no, 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 no. You can't ask them to change their listing agreement. You can say, keep your listing agreement at that lower percentage, and I'm asking the seller to pay me a little bit more on the closing settlement statement, but you cannot encourage someone to change their listing agreement. Also, standard practice 16-11 says realtors shall make any request for anticipated compensation from the seller landlord at first contact. And that was essentially reinstated from Article 3. Go ahead to the next one. So what can you do to make sure that you have this right? We have a really, really good resource. It's on the dashboard. It's here as common clauses. On the first page, it talks about how you can put language in your buyer contracts and how you can put language in your listing contracts to cover these variables that we're going to be incurring. And the most important part, oh shoot, I did this a couple days ago. You can erase the question mark there, everyone, for who's taking a picture. On your purchase agreement and on your counter offers, you can, at either of those points, put in this language, and it needs to be very specific like this. The seller agrees to pay the buyer's brokerage. Now again, it's the seller agrees to pay the buyer's brokerage, Keller Williams Preferred Realty, certain percent of the gross selling price at closing, and then another key word is to fulfill the buyer's obligation under their buyer representation agreement. I'm sure you will have several questions, but I know we have a panel coming up, so if you could direct your questions to me independently after, that would be great. Thank you for your time. Well, it's in the Common Clauses resource. It's not in the North Star Common Clause, but you can add it for yourself. All right, thank you.
Awesome. Straight to the bar, I love it.
Yeah.
She
I waited
raised
until after.
She raised the bar. Real quick before we move on, just like this month is social media month, next month is dynamic dialogue month. So if that all came at you and it was a little much, or you are concerned about being comfortable sharing this information with your client, how to best practices of it, you're gonna get so much of it in July. And coming out of July, you're gonna be that resource that's just ready for when those doors go, if not already down the track. So we're looking forward to being that with you and for you. Jason, what you got?
I got, well, go, can you go back one? AWPR-dashboard.com. It has all the answers. Hey, a lot of people have asked me about this over time, and I'm always happy to meet with you and discuss how you can use command to further your business. But due to a number of requests, I'm building out a menu where I will actually do it for you, because you just don't want to do all those things. And you got better things to do with your time. We believe in listings, leads, and leverage. And we're opening up a program, and you'll see what do they call that thing? A poll in our Facebook group, what services you might require from me, and asking you which ones you'd be willing to pay for and things like that. So I can go ahead and start doing that stuff for you and take that off your plate and get you focused on the things that you're best at, which is being with your clients, driving your business, and I'll handle the back end stuff. So look forward to that. When you see the poll, please comment on what you think you need or what you don't need, and we'll be happy to figure out how to make that work best for you. So that's pretty much all I got today, except for thank you. Thank you for being the great agents you are. I couldn't go on without agent appreciation without saying thank you for all the great stuff you do. So thanks again.
I didn't get a chance to do your walk-up song yet.
That's all right.
Speaking of walk-up songs, let's have Toddy come to the front, please.
Thank you, Jamie.
Wait, it's done in 3 minutes.
Hi everyone, thank you and welcome to Agent Appreciation Day. When you're done, don't forget to get your Post-it notes that are more like confetti because they're falling off the wall. So we're all super grateful for you. Okay, really quick, some of the upcoming events. Tomorrow there's happy hour at Colin Manson's house, so please RSVP. So everyone take out your phones and please scan the QR code.
In all seriousness, can you please, if you plan on stopping by, like I need to know, do I need to have 50 chairs or are there only like 10 of you? I really would appreciate an RSVP.
So please do it. Okay.
Like right now.
Yeah, like pull out your phone and scan it.
Anyone else need to do
Yeah.
that? Going once?
Wait, I'm not done with the slide though.
Okay, go ahead, oh, sorry, yeah.
Okay, and some upcoming events coming up in July. We have a lot of things, but some of the highlights are we have our business growth workshop with Jason on July 9th. These have been going over really well. So just to clarify, these are not for new agents. They are not, I mean, they are for new agents, but not strictly for new agents. They're for everyone. So it's business growth. I'm pretty sure we could all grow our business, even though you're all rock stars. But it is going to be mastering command and crushing your real estate targets with a purposeful database. So Jason will be going over that. Greg Hartos will be here on July 17th, and he will be doing a class on representing versus assisting buyers. And then a Google My Business class with Shannon Sear will be here on July 18th. And there's more events that will come out in the July calendar as well. Okay, and now, if you could all take your pen and paper, get your Google calendars out, whatever it is that you use, because these are gonna be really cool, fun events that are coming up. So, we have something that we're doing new this year, thanks to Misha and Jamie. It's called the 7th Inning Stretch, and I'm guessing you could guess that it's baseball themed. But it is a mid-year review and business planning workshop with your leadership team. So your leadership team will be here all day for you. The workshop is from 10 to 2, I think that's what it is, 10 to 2. More details will come out, but basically, Olivia will be speaking on your big why. Jamie and Jason will be speaking on a lot of Jamie and Jason-y things.
With actual depth.
With depth, yeah. Misha and I will be doing affirmations, so it's just gonna be a really fun day, a really good day to deep dive into your business, and it'll be baseball themed, like it's an actual event, and there's food, so, and it's free, so I don't know why you wouldn't come to that. The next thing that I'm super excited about is we're doing our KWPR Luau. This will be annual, and this is the first ever. So you guys are all very special that you get to be at the very first one. An RSVP and invitation, everything will be going out soon, but it's kind of like a more of a low-key spin-off of what we do for our award ceremony in the winter. But this one is gonna be a little bit more like silly, and everyone should come dressed like they're going to a luau.
Are you roasting a hog?
We are, but we're thinking pulled pork. Yeah. And Jamie said it'll be in coconuts, so that would be really good. And these are going to be agent-voted awards. So we don't have the awards that you're voting on yet, but it will strictly come from the agents to the agents. So maybe like Shane Corn might get best hair. I don't know. And then Carnival, the next thing is the Carnival Electronic Recycling Client Event. This is also going to be an annual thing, but this is the first year we're doing it. It's on August 29th, and it's $99 to participate in a client event that's put on for your clients. So I don't know how many of you hosted client events, but I can promise you they haven't cost you $99. So this will be really great. There's gonna be tropical snow there. There's going to be a mini horse there. There's going to be a bounce house, and there's going to be a place for your clients that you come and drop off their electronic recycling to. So, here, can you go to the next slide?
Real quick, can we bring family?
Yes, it's for your family, please bring your family. Yes, but that more info.
Okay, very good. All right, yeah, we were gonna have a hog, that's supposed to go now.
Okay, so, an email is gonna go out in the next couple of days, early next week, to explain all of the details and everything, about the carnival. However, it is $99 for a solo agent to participate if you register before July 19th. If you are a, team and register before July 19th, it's $175. If you register after July 19th, it'll be $125 and then $250 for a team. What do you get with this? You get a client event that's put on for you, for $99, or if you're a team. You're going to get an invite smart plan and a follow-up smart plan for your clients. So again, it's just a plug and play thing. And then you will also get, for those of you that have participated in like the $1,000 giveaway, how there's been just like plug and play social media graphics with posts and all the captions and that kind of stuff. Email plans, text plans, you'll get all of that as well, with dates of when to post it and what to do. So we're hoping that many of you will participate because this is really, again, easy, plug and play, affordable option, especially for maybe those agents that are newer and haven't had the chance to do a client event yet. So more information will be coming out on that super soon, and that's all I have. Emily?
I don't need to be a downer, but what if it does rain?
If it does rain, it is non-refundable, and I'm sorry.
Okay. What was the time on that?
What was that?
The time on the 20?
It is going to be from 4 to 7. Yes.
What's the cost per electronic to the?
There is a free, well, it'll go out as part of the marketing material. There's a free list. So I think cell phones, laptops, all that kind of stuff is free. And then it will be up to the agent if they want to pay on behalf of their clients, if they have like a mega large TV or something. But there's a price list that we'll send when the marketing goes out. But they do take cash and card, and it can either be the agent paying for their clients or the clients can come and pay for their own stuff. Cool, thanks.
Oh, one thing.
Oh, yeah.
So if it does rain and are you just gonna move a location where people can at least drop off their electronics?
Yes, if it does rain, we're working on figuring out what can be there and what can't be there. We'll do what we can for the day, but it obviously won't be, the bounce house could get a little rough if it rains.
So you'll still have a drop off and.
Yes, yep. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Toddy.
Welcome.
That's awesome. And if you're James Shaw, those who listen to his podcast, he hopes it rains. He'd rather nobody show up. The money is, the opportunity is in the call and the follow-up. So I'd rather not sell any pies. No one come and take my pies, but I'll offer them. So if it rains, that's okay. Oh, hey, we're gonna have a
Sorry,
carnival.
that's what, one of the graphics looks like.
That looks like it's fun.
It does look like fun. It even says so right in the middle.
Yeah.
Fun.
Go right there. All right. So thank you. So again, this is social media month. Danielle, God bless you. Danielle and Misha, when we were talking about social media month, they thought, well, it would be great to have on a panel. And they immediately said, there are a couple people in Kansas that crush it. Tristan Knapp and Boone Downing, are you here?
Hello.
Oh, isn't it cute? They're in the same one. Usually we get like 2 people and it looks like the Brady Bunch.
Oh, we coordinated this for sure.
Well, that's awesome.
Okay, well, first of all, if someone could have a Bloody Mary for me today, that would be awesome. You guys have such a fun market center, and I hope you guys have had the best morning so far. And it's awesome to be here. My name is Tristan, and this is?
I'm Boone.
This is Boone. And so we were just sitting here while you guys were kind of doing your stuff before and whatnot, and we were like, we're not like superstars on social media by any means, but if there's one thing that we are, it's consistent. And so a little background about me, I used to be on the leadership team here at Keller Williams Signature Partners, and that's how I did meet Boone. And Misha and Danielle. Hi, Misha, I know you're there. Danielle, I think she's in Kansas. Hi. And so I now left the leadership team and I run a social media management and digital marketing business. And I work with about 7 different real estate agents and other businesses here in Wichita. Do you want to give a background about you?
I'm just the greatest person you're ever gonna meet.
There's one thing that we hope you can take away from this class is that you laugh a lot and you just have a lot of fun and you take some good notes. But back to being the whole consistent part, I am going to send our little Instagram handles. This is my business page and then his Instagram. I'm not asking for a follow. I'm not asking for a like. If you can do anything, it's just take a little scroll later, see what we do and take it and implement it in your business is what we want you to do with that. So I sent that in the chat. So consistency, you want people to know you, like you, and trust you on your social media. So what do you want to add?
Oh God, Tristan, that's so like in Tristan and I's conversation, it's like always about like know, like, trust, and just to be consistent and to be yourself. And just like my little funny comment, or what I thought was funny comment, the greatest person you're ever gonna meet, that's exactly who you're gonna get every single time you turn into my socials. And you're gonna get that the moment that you walk into a house with me, at the closing table with me, you're gonna get that guy the exact same way every single time.
Yeah. So how many of you guys use Reels especially, or like social media to market your business like weekly every single day? Yeah.
We're reeling in this.
Okay, so if there's another question I could ask you guys is, so you can start asking us questions as a panel, what do you think you could do better? Or what are you looking for to get out of this panel today? Like what questions can we answer for you?
Maybe how to make it more consistent. What's an easier way to make it more consistent?
Yeah, the question is how to make it more, like, okay, so for example, Boone does, what, Tuesday tours every Tuesday, Flip Fridays every Friday, and then he mixes in some other great stuff like Backroads and Boone. But how often do you do the Tuesday? Do you ever skip those days, Boone?
Tuesday tour is my most consistent, and every Tuesday we're doing it. And I will be honest, sometimes it's 9 p.m. on a Tuesday, but damn sure we're getting it done on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So Tristan and I have a pretty good system now that we're hopefully filming Tuesday tours prior, but sometimes that doesn't work in our market because it's gone. Yet I will say that how to be more consistent is a plan, and you just got to plan. Like every morning you wake up and you brush your teeth. So every morning you wake up and you think about what's my social media plan.
Thanks. Very good.
I was just wondering, ideas. Like I have a goal of doing at least one video or reel a week. Sometimes I'm consistent with it. Lately I have not been. And I just have a really hard time, other than like the market update, I have a really hard time thinking of what to do. I love the Tuesday tour thing.
Yeah. So like he said, he does Tuesday tours, kind of got out of Flip Fridays, but he would find a flip and we'd go tour that and whatnot. But one thing that comes to mind is when you want people to, it's know, like, and trust. So know and like you. You're probably going to have a 4th of July party next week, or you're going to be at a get together, fireworks and whatnot. Make a reel out of that. Show what you're doing. Because if people say, oh, she was at this 4th of July party and I know that person, or, oh, you want people to like see what you're doing outside of your business so they can know you and like you. So let's say there was a friend of a friend there and they're like, oh, you know this person. So then you kind of got a new relationship out of that, or like a new client or something, if that's making sense. So, I mean, there's an idea that's for next week, or even if you just get a calendar, print it off and stick it on your office wall and say, okay, every week on Wednesday, I'm going to post this, or, there's a walkthrough Wednesday or a Tuesday tour. Other ideas are feature Fridays. Do you have some cool local businesses you want to go video and make a cool reel out of it and whatnot? What other ideas?
And to piggyback up, it doesn't have to be all real estate.
Yeah.
So don't just think it has to be real estate. So like if you want something once a week for the next 4 weeks, I would say on Monday, I'm going to film X video or reel and have it ready to go, because if you don't have it planned, it's not going to happen. And you got to really start setting the plan before you worry about your idea. Such a plan.
Do you post these on your personal social media pages or on a business page?
So I don't know how everybody feels about this, and your broker can leave the room if she would like. I only have one page. My business, I am better with Boone. That's just who I am, and my business is Boone. So all my information is there. You know, I'm a realtor. You know where I'm at. My license is hung. So I just have one page.
And I mean, compliance here in Kansas is different in Minnesota, and so I don't know what the compliance practice is there. But that's where like the know and the like can also come from, is you mix your business with your personal, so people can also see your true side outside of your business, but also see that you are a real estate agent and what you do on one personal page. And plus, sometimes going back and forth, it's kind of just, I don't know,
overwhelming.
A lot. And that's where I think a lot of people get a little overwhelmed on social media. Is like, oh my gosh, I have to post this to my personal and then this to my business page, and it just becomes way too much. So, but again, I hope that goes well with Minnesota compliance. We're not trying to get you guys in trouble.
Jason?
Tristan, you didn't start out in this realm just being great at it. Tell me about your first video and how that went.
So I actually started with Boone. Last year, I spent about 6 months in Texas with Jordan Davis and the Davis team, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She came down here for my Freed Life, and I told her, I was like, hey, I'd love to get down there someday. Like, if you have a job opportunity, let me know. And she mentioned she needed someone to do her social media and her marketing. And I was like, well, Boone, let's go practice and do that. And from what it was last year to now, it's a whole lot different. But it's just, again, the whole consistency and playing with your apps or how to edit in Instagram and whatnot. You just have to keep going. So that was 1.5 years ago. I was consistent with it, and the videos have gotten better. So hopefully that answers your question.
They weren't perfect. The first one wasn't perfect.
It wasn't perfect. I didn't have a microphone. You can get little mini microphones on Amazon that clip into the bottom of your phone for $20. And that made such a difference. I remember when we used it the first time, you were like, oh my gosh, you can't hear the cars driving by in the background, you know? So little things like that, just like how can you kind of elevate that? And then I got a tripod. You don't need all of these fancy materials and whatnot, but I started with the tripod, and then we got the microphone. And never like underestimate what you can do on your phone. Like, I have an iPhone. The videos that I take are amazing. And I mean, I was gonna invest in $1,000 camera, and I had so many people say, just use your phone until you feel like you need a camera. Do not, or like, don't feel like you have to have all of this extravagant equipment.
Real quick, so Boone is the top producer in his office. Now, Boone, how long have you been making social media such a focus for you?
So social media was not my jam before real estate, and then I knew that it would be like a silent seller for me. So when I started real estate, I'm turning 5 this year, I started to implement it. My biggest mistake was I didn't do videos first. I just solely relied on my face and my face itself. And so probably 2 years ago, I started to do my own videos. You go back and look at those, woof, but they're there. And then I hooked up with Tristan about 1.5 years ago and started to really polish and like hone in on who I wanted the world to see. And I was like, my personality is what's gonna sell them on knowing me and liking me and trusting me. So I just started being myself on camera.
And one thing about Boone is that he loves seeing himself on camera, and that's not the case for everybody. It might take you a little, but one piece of advice that we could give to you, we taught a class at the Market Center just a few weeks ago, and people are like, well, you have Tristan to film you. I don't have anyone to film me. Take your husband. Take your best friend. Like, find that time throughout the week, or is it once a month where you just pack a whole bunch of content in? Have someone that you know and you trust so you can have a good time on camera and you're not uncomfortable. So I think like a big thing about growing your brand and people knowing you and liking you and trusting you is your face is on that camera. They see you. So, I mean, and of course you're going to do those virtual tours and things, but like, make sure most of the time you are on camera.
The other question, I kind of follow that up, Boone. Those early videos that were not great, did you still get responses though? You still had interactions, right?
Yes, absolutely. And especially if you don't do videos currently, you're going to see a big uptick immediately. So, which is great. And I will say, let's say you start doing one video a week, one reel a week, and then you become pretty consistent in that, and then it kind of dips down. You could see a dip in your performance, but that's just the world's way of saying it's time for 2 videos.
That's Greenpeace.
Misha, warning, Misha's got a question.
What happens to the bad videos, or when you mess up, what do you do with those?
Okay, so Boone's biggest videos, we do them at the end of each month. He does blooper reels, and sometimes they're a minute long, sometimes they're only 30 seconds long, but you can hear how witty and sarcastic he is. So there's so many like behind the scene bloopers that I get that we compile into one. It's okay to embarrass yourself. Like, and that's what people love to see. It. Like, it doesn't matter if he says the same thing over and over. People will always comment and say, I wait every single month for these. Like, these are the best and whatnot. So if you ever have some outtakes, put it on there. That is another video. There's your one video a week at the end of every month.
It's my best video. I gain the most trust from my bloopers.
Yeah.
See that you reel on the reel, right? I'm not trying to be funny, it's real. The reality. So, sorry, I'm reeling. So Boone, one of the things that I also see that you do a great job of is you promote other businesses and find a way to attract more followers that way. When did that start? How has that been working for you?
I will say that Tristan really pushes me in that, and she probably wants me to do more of that. So that's probably a better Tristan answer.
Like featuring other businesses.
Yeah, because I'm selfish. So I want it to always be about me. So Tristan has actually broadened my horizons, and she is always pushing me for a feature Friday of like the places that I love to go. So Tristan should probably answer that question.
Well, and I mean, like when you like do feature those local businesses or you partner with them on a giveaway and whatnot, they will then share it on their page. Or Instagram has this cool feature where you can collaborate a post with a profile. So it not only shows up on your profile, but it also shows up on their profile. So all of their followers and clients and, you know, friends are going to see that as well as yours. So you have a more like bigger audience whenever you post those videos. So I think that's really cool. That's why I think like those local businesses, they love people who support them so much. So go give them some love and make a cute little video about it, or say, hey, do you want to team up for a giveaway? I think that's like another like extremely easy way to like start your real journey if you need an idea. Pick a coffee shop for next week or something like that.
And I don't think we've said this yet. The video can be 7 seconds long. It's literally 7 seconds, and it can do amazing things.
You know, one other thing, Boone, I noticed that you appeared and do something, you must do such a great job for your clients that I see that they make separate posts on their own about their experience with you. How does that come about? How do you groom them so that they will do that? Usually it's us saying, hey, sold, and here's mine, you know, and here's the key, that kind of stuff, but they do it for you. How do you get that?
Yeah, it goes back to the relationship of them actually liking me, and they know who I am from the moment they send that initial like, hey, I think I want to sell, or whatever their scenario is. I'm not grooming them or asking them to do that. I don't even ask for reviews, so AW people can come out later. It's just not who I am. So it goes back to how you make me feel.
Any other questions? Tristan, is there, by the way, those cute, wonderful, awesome graphics you see?
I know, the brunch one was so cute, I loved it.
Tristan she's our graphic person, so. Tristan, anything you wanna to tie up here as we?
Yes, so the app that I use to edit, I edit in Instagram, but I also use an app called, let me type it in the chat, CapCut. It's a white app box and there's like a black little logo on there. For those of you who are like, how do I even edit or how do I get started? This is a really there's a free version. I pay for the pro, I think it's like $12 a month. But they also have templates. So you literally can go and just like plug in your videos and it'll make a cool little reel for you. And it even adds the music on there. So for those of you who kind of just want to play around with something and make something cool within this next week or for this next month, definitely download that app and it can hopefully get you started.
What's the name of the name of it?
It's right here, CapCut?
Yeah, for
Yes,
those that
I put it in the chat if you're able to pull that up, or yeah, CAPCUT.
Thank you.
Yeah, so for future reference, those who can't see, she's sitting in the front.
I wasn't the only one that said I couldn't see, Jamie.
Plenty of space.
Well, yeah, that being said, anything else you want to share before we let you guys have your day? I highly recommend everybody going and checking out Boone's stuff. It's hilarious. Tristan makes it very professional and it doesn't have to be finished. Right? In fact, the bloopers, as he said, shows the real person that he is. And as you're saying, this is, he's authentic. And you don't have to be anybody else. People want you. And just be yourself. Any other parting words? Oh, question from Steve Rawl.
Where do we go to check out their stuff or whatever?
Oh,
Some do that real social media.
oh, come on. We just got some Raw reels.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we'll
Real small, yeah.
They're on Instagram, and they'll be out there.
Yeah, after the meeting, we'll have the links.
Okay.
That'll be good. Anything else? I think we have hungry people here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work. Let me go back to that now. Should be able to, right? No? Okay, all right, well, as we said, I think y'all are gonna be hungry. I think Toddy, what do we need? We're gonna need the front 3 rows and we're gonna, no? Misha said no?
I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
All right, Misha's got it all. She's gonna give you all food. All right, so, again, leadership is honored to have purchased the food, put it together, and we will be serving you. Thank you all so much for being great servants that we get to serve. Olivia.
Coffee cart is here until 12:30 only, so if you want more, go get another one. And I think the plan is there's gonna be 3 tables up front, so we probably need about 10 minutes to get set up and get the food. So if y'all just wanna get a drink and get a coffee, and then we can put that up front. Thank you.
Thank you all very much.